तस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकराजस्मात् आनन्दसाम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। वेदोदधिं समुन्मथ्य ज्ञानरत्नं समुद्धृतं येन तस्मै वसिष्ठाय गुरुणां गुरवे नमः। वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय। सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। सद्दा ब्रह्म की जय। सरस्वती महारानी की जय। योग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। हरि ओम। Hello, Moto. Nobody is found. 2 persons are there. Hello, Moto. So today we shall see Yoga Vasistha Nirvan Prakaran, second half and 84th chapter, in continuation of the story of Golden Rock, and they are in the end when the creation is ended in that, inside that rock. The remnants we are discussing, what remained in the end. And on that, according to the question of Sri Ramji, Vasistha ji explaining the opposites of the truth. Truth, how the world is the form of truth and also form of falsehood. The true, the world from one angle it appears to be true, and from other angle it is untrue. How it is? So yesterday we discussed how it looks true. That we can repeat a little more so that repetition will create a strong impression. Vasistha ji explained before it how the world is true. He explained about the truth which is superimposed as something else. Just as the example is given, because of darkness, when we don't see the real rope, we imagine something, it is something which is not clearly visible. So on that, we imagine it may be a snake. So snake on the rope is called superimposition. Some imaginary form which is not really there, but some reality is there on which we imagine something else because of invisibility, because of wrong vision. We have inability of seeing the truth because of darkness, because of your vision is covered up. That's how truth is not revealed to you. You imagine something, so that superimposition is based on something which is there, that is truth. So this is how this whole world, and many other examples we saw, just as the waves in the water, or the idol in the stone, or in the wood, some idol we see, we don't see the stone, but that idol is just stone only, and we see the idol because it is an idea which is strongly fixed on the stone. So we don't see the stone and we see the idol. In this way, many examples we have analyzed. Everywhere the truth is there and truth is not seen, something else is seen. I used to give the example always. You see, in dark night when you are going in a dense forest, terrific, thorny, full of thorny bushes and wild animals, you have missed your track and you have entered into this and dark, cloudy night, and you are so bewildered where to go, what to do. All of a sudden, while searching for your track, you came across a lion sitting before you, and with open jaws, your condition will be so unthinkable condition. You cannot run anywhere, it is dark night, and everywhere it is forest only, no path, nowhere, nothing you see. Where will you run? But you cannot stand before the lion. So you are bewildered. You are unable to do anything. Neither you can stand, nor you can run away. Nor you can shout, nor you can keep quiet. Nothing you can do. But all of a sudden there was lightning, and the whole darkness of the forest is gone for a moment, and you saw it was some old, dilapidated, some fort and gateway of the fort, and the lion is not real living lion, it is only a stone lion. In the darkness you see the lion and you imagine it is true lion, living lion. So your condition was miserable. And now it has been so clear, even though darkness pervades again in the whole forest, you will not believe it to be a living lion. One flash, enough, you have seen the truth. Never you can imagine it is a lion. On the other hand, you can hide on the inside that lion to save yourself from other animals. Similar is the case with our so-called world, which is appearing before us with names and forms, and all these names and forms are not possible without the mind. Mind is nothing but a flow of thoughts, and thoughts are nothing but imaginations only, which has taken a shape and a motion. In this way, the whole world is not real, means what we see is not real, but reality is there. Just as the stone is there, the lion is there, it is stone lion, it is not living lion. The truth is there, it is a rope, it is not a snake. It is not wave, but it is water. When the truth is not there, we cannot imagine anything without any base. The basement, the substratum, or the holder of everything, cause for everything, is to be there. Then only you can have something, some imaginary names and forms over that. In this way, when we analyze the names and forms of this world, they vanish, and the reality is there which is not visible. So other examples we bring, just as the pulp or the juice is there inside the fruit, but it is not visible. We purchase the fruits, we deal with the fruit by its form and name, that is its overlapping skin. But juice is not visible, we know it is there. And when we enjoy it, we enjoy the juice only, not the overlapping, enveloping those coverings. Other example also, when a registered letter in an envelope has come to you, what do? Everything is there on the envelope. Your address, the sender's address, everything is there. But you have nothing to deal with addresses over the envelope. You tear it off, and that letter inside also, the letter becomes useless, but matter in the letter counts. And that when is understood, then the paper of the letter or the whole envelope or sender's address or your page address, everything is useless, you throw it off. The matter matters, other matters do not matter. The real matter matters. The inside truth matters. Outside covering, names and forms, they do not matter. They appear, they are imaginary, they are superimposed. Why? Because the truth is hidden within it. So they say, this world is truth. How? It has 5 aspects. 5 aspects are the reality, the truth, and the awareness of its existence, that is knowledge, and the what you say, contentment, satisfaction of the knowledge of existence. That is called bliss or unbroken happiness. You know it is there. So knowledge is, of course, chit, and existence is sat, and this contentment is called bliss. We call it in different names also, santosh, samta, or uh, or anand. Many words we use to indicate it. So in this way, Sat, Chit, Anand, existence, knowledge and bliss, these three aspects are there within, hidden under the names and forms of the world. Names and forms are always changeable, but this inside truth never changes. Raso Vaisah, it is said in the scriptures, the truth is the essence, the juice of the matter. It is the central, enjoyable reality. And the outside, of course, we do with the outside names and forms which are relative and which are changeable every moment, and that's how we live in this relative world which is ever changing, and our life is the dealing in this relative world. But we don't have the chance to look within, nor it is available to us, it is not revealed to us. When one analyzes minutely with all these examples given by different scriptures, different seers, and we go on contemplating over all these analytically from every side, by all-round vision, then we come to see the truth. It is there. It is there. Without that, this world is not there. In this way, the world is truth. Okay? Now let us see how it is untruth, how it is not there. This is what yesterday we were trying to discuss. असत्य क्यों है? सत्य तो क्यों है? क्यों सत्य सा भासता है? उसको देख लिए। अब कह रहे हैं असत्य क्यों है, इस पर कहते हैं। Vasistha is explaining on how the world is false. उक्त अनुभव के बल से पदार्थों की सत्यता होने पर भी चेतन रूप का अचेतन रूप में प्रवेश न हो सकने के कारण जगत संकल्प नगर के सदृश मिथ्या ही होगा। जब दृढ़ ध्यान से चित्ती का आवरण रूप मल हट जाएगा, तब वह प्रतिबिंबित हो नहीं सकती। फिर सत्यता की चर्चा ही क्या। He is giving bright example of the reflection, process of reflection, how an object reflects on a clear surface, how it reflects? Reflection is not true. And how it is false? Now we saw the world is true, and when we saw the truth hidden by the names and forms covering, or which is ever changing, which we know changing phenomena as the Maya, or what we call it, illusion, illusory power. Something for something, superimposition. So in this way, now we have discriminatively seen what is truth and what is untruth. Okay? Now we saw both are in this world. Now you say world is completely untruth. How it is? Another logic comes. If you use your common sense, can the day become night? Come on. A small child will answer clearly without thinking anything. Day cannot be night. Night cannot become day. Isn't it? The truth cannot become untruth. Untruth cannot become truth. Absence cannot be presence. Presence cannot be absence. So how do you say both together? Both remain together but separately. How it is together and separately both? Just as head and tail of a coin remains separately in one only. Your front side and back side, are they not opposite to each other? But are they similar to each other? They remain in one head. This is how the truth and untruth remains together. But they are different completely. There is no similarity between both. The head is completely different from the tail. The coin holds both together. So now coming to our point, world is true or untrue? You see, when we saw, the truth cannot become it cannot take the form of untruth. So how can they be together, you say? How they can be together? They are completely different from each other. But we see in relative world both together. We see the object and its shadow. We see the object and its reflection together. But we know reflection is not the object. Object is not the reflection. Without the reflection, the object can remain as object. There is no change in the object. Object will be as it is, it has got no change at all. Though it may have thousands of reflections, yet it is unchangeable. We have seen the other modern example, one draft can have thousands of copies, Xerox copies. Copies are not the real draft. That will be only one, it cannot change. Though apparently we see it can change into innumerable copies, as much as you like. There is no end. So can you say the copy is original one? But there is similarity. Somewhat similarity is there. But the original is original and copy is copy. Both cannot be equal. Similarly, the resemblances or the reflections may be thousands, but object will be unchanging one only. So in this way, reflections are completely different from the object. Object cannot be the reflection. Reflection cannot take the place of object. They are completely different. The reflections are not there. They are just the consequence of changing time, space and conditions, which are ever changing. That's how we see the reflection. But the object never changes. In this way, the hidden treasure in this world, which is never changing, it has got no connection with the names and forms which is ever changing, which we know as the superimposition, which we know as the power, the changing power, the universal power which changes every moment. But that change is on the unchanging surface only. Change cannot be changed without any support. Support has to be there. Can the electricity can it move from one to the other without any support? Or magnetic waves, they need some support. Without support, the power cannot do anything. Power is nothing but vibratory system. Bring any name of the power, whether electricity or light or magnet or sound or anything. All these are powers, different kinds of powers, but they cannot be powers without any support. Support is a simple platform which is never changing. And yesterday we were discussing on the cause and effect, how the action is based on so many facts and figures. One action will be performed, will not be performed without the help of every atom, every particle of the whole universe. It is, we saw, it is a cooperative society. World means a cooperative society. And in this body also, if I am the doer. I am not singular. We say I am single, but when we do something, it is not singular, it is plural only. One gets the support by the other, and then together everything, every individual say your senses or prana or mind or your intellect together, they do some action. In this way, any power, whole system of all the powers, they cannot stand without any support. Support means they cannot change without a unchanging support. That's how the support is the truth, and the power is called nature or the creative power, willpower, or the willpower, knowledge power. Without all these kinds of powers, no action is possible, and all these powers need some support, that is unchanging truth. So truth cannot be untruth, untruth cannot be truth. So world cannot be truth. Night cannot be taken as day, day cannot be said to be night, isn't it? Now the world does not exist. It is false. What exists, that is not the world. We have to clearly, distinctively, we have to see both aspects, three hidden aspects, Sat Chit Anand, which is different from names and forms. Names and forms which are changeable, they cannot be the truth. So we have to divide it completely. So, which constitutes the world is not truth, but the truth is not the world. Now, logically proved. Okay. This is how we prove the problems of geometry or your mathematics, algebra, equations. जब दृढ़ ध्यान से चित्ती का आवरण मल हट जाएगा, तब वह प्रतिबिंबित हो नहीं सकती, फिर सत्यता की चर्चा ही क्या। When the mirror is not there, where can you see your reflection of your face? Mirror is completely different from you. You see the reflection of your face in the mirror. That mirror and your reflection, which is so clearly visible, is not you. It is completely 100% different from you. You are different, object is different, reflection is different. But reflection cannot exist without the object. And when you see the reflection, the object is forgotten. That's how the truth is invisible, because the reflection is visible. When you see something, you forget the other. One thing at a time. That's what happens with our senses and our per- perception process. This is how he proves that the world is not at all there if you contemplate over it minutely, analytically, from all round vision, with all the possible examples, then you can come to the conclusion the world is not there and truth alone exists. Other example also we saw yesterday, and many times we have discussed it. The boy which is well known to you, your friend, has taken the role of somebody else. Say, in Ram Lila, he has taken the form of Ravan, very fatty and very good, healthy boy. He has become Ravan and he is made of so terrific figure. If you look at it, and as he was roaring and playing the part and fighting with the monkeys and walking like a king, you may recognize him. But some other person from other village or other place have come to see that drama, Ram Lila. Can they recognize who is he? But he is he. He is not different from him. That is how I was asking Mataji in the morning. Mataji, are you you? Or you are something different than you? No, I am. Sometimes it happens when you change your dress or your some activities or something, you appear to be different than you. So this is how Vasistha says, if you contemplate over the matter from all round vision and analytical process with all these examples, then you will come to the conclusion only truth exists, nothing else can exist. So your world or your Maya, your supreme power, they are just imaginations. Now tell me another fact. When you are walking, you are in motion. Without your power, can you walk? Can a dead body walk? Living means living power. You have the ability to move on. That is called walking. So when you went from one village to the other village, are you the same or something other than yourself? What happened to you? You have changed time, space and conditions. You might have changed your name and form also. You were something in your house and you are something else in the school. Your name and your activity change. So do you become different than yourself? You are the truth on which your activities are superimposed, which is ever changing. Your name and forms are ever changing, but you are the same you. Who are you then? Unchanging truth. This is how the relative world, which we call it as world, or this creation with all these names and forms, they are completely baseless. They are not the truth. अज्ञानियों की दृष्टि से जगत में प्रतीत्यात्मक सत्यता जो है उसे स्वप्न आदि के पदार्थों में भी कह सकते हैं, क्योंकि उनके अनुरूप अर्थ क्रियाकारिता उनमें भी देखी जाती है, यूँ कहते हैं. Now we have to bring some examples for this world. What will be the example? In two examples, if one example is given for some object, your face is like a moon. It is not the moon. There is some similarity between your face and the moon. What are the similarities, possible similarities? Beauty and your brightness, or your soothing figure, all these equal to the moon. That's how they give the example. His face looks like a full moon, so pleasant. There will be some similarities, not total 100% similarity is not possible. If two objects are 100% similar to each other, there cannot be existence of two. They become one. If little difference is there, then only they will be different from each other. So examples are given in somewhat similar objects. This is like this, somewhat. Now he says, अज्ञानियों के दृष्टि में से जगत में प्रतीतात्मक जो सत्यता है उसे स्वप्न आदि के पदार्थों में भी कह सकते हैं, क्योंकि उनके अनुरूप अर्थ क्रियाकारिता भी उनमें देखे गए हैं. We can give the example of dream for the world. See what are the similarities. Dream changes every moment, and there will not be any reason for the change. Now we see the climate here without any reason. Now it will be hot sun, and after 5 minutes that it is raining heavily. So without any reason, of course in a relative world, no action is possible without any cause. So reasons are apparent, but there is no real reason for anything, because things are not real, so how can there be any real reason for it? Basically it is some imaginary talks are going on. Some stories, some novels we are talking. So what he says, in the dream everything changes without any there is no control over the changes in the dream. And as long as you are in the dream, so long there will be artha kriya karita, means the action will have some meaning. Action has some meaning. The purpose of action is seen in the dream, as long as you are in the dream. Say, for example, purpose of eating, what will be the purpose of eating? Satisfaction. Say, purpose of roaming in a beautiful flower garden, what will be the purpose? Enjoying, enjoying. All these actions are not without purpose. That is called artha kriya karita. Every action will have some purpose, and it is seen in the dream also, the result of it. As we eat in our waking state, we feel the satisfaction. Yes, now I am full, no more I can eat. That satisfaction also we see in the dream. But the dream meaning is, as long as the dream is there, when we get up to the waking state, then that meaning is meaningless. That becomes meaningless. So, it can be our so-called waking state can be like the dream. So they say the whole world is a long dream. Of course, maybe dream is for a short time. That's how we don't give the importance to the dream. But we enjoy dream as long as we are in it. We are afraid in the dream. Sometimes the children, they shout. They see some terrific scenes in the dream and they shout. They will be quarreling among themselves and they will be shouting in the dream. But it is so long as they are in the dream. And in the waking state also same thing happens. Same thing happens. As we are eating, at that time we feel the satisfaction. When we are walking, we don't feel the satisfaction. We feel tiredness. Every action will have reaction, exact, equal and opposite reaction. So, they differ from each other and they are seen as long as the actions are going on. So, our so-called waking state is for a little longer period than the dream period. So, we give importance to waking state. And they say, and it is proved also in different cases, if one person sleeps and dreams for a longer time and wakes for a short time, then this so-called waking state becomes a dream like for the person who is dreaming all the time. And that dream will be true and this waking will be dream. For this, of course, we have so many stories in this Yoga Vasistha. Say the example of Leela and our Padma, Saraswati. Saraswati, they worshipped Saraswati. They were devotees of Saraswati. Leela, the queen, Padma, the king, and both were devotees of Goddess Saraswati. Saraswati is nothing but the mental power or the intellectual power which governs the whole universe by giving a momentum to every object to go on. So, Leela got the boon from Saraswati that Padma, her husband, the king, will not leave her and go elsewhere. He will be always with her. Saraswati said, yes, granted. So there was a great fight among two kings, Padma and some Sindhu, some other king. And Sindhu was winner, Padma defeated, and terrifically he was wounded and came back to the palace, and he was in the bed, unconscious. And according to the direction of Goddess Saraswati, Leela covered his body with flowers. It was covered with flowers, and Leela was sitting with the body. At midnight, he meditated on Saraswati, and Saraswati appeared before her. And Leela asked, my dear mother, you only blessed me with the boon. My husband will not leave me and go anywhere. Where is he? Can you take me and show him? Where is he? Is he here, or he has gone somewhere? How it is possible? Because you said he will not leave me. So Saraswati said, my dear daughter, if you want to see him, can you come with me? I shall show you. He is with you only. Always he is with you. He has not left your company. Oh, I want to see how he is with me. So they left the gross body there and took the subtle body and went to, they flied in the sky for a long, long period. They go across this universe and entered into some other creation. And they are also long time they took to come to some kingdom where Padma, the similar Padma, his name was Padma also there in that universe. And he was the king. And Saraswati, Leela, the partner of that Padma on that universe, also is present with him. And they are ruling over the kingdom. And there is also some fight going on. And Padma is getting ready to go to the battle. And they appeared before both of Padma and Leela of that universe, and they could not recognize these celestial Saraswati and Leela, but they worshipped them and they were very happy. Oh, angels from some heaven, you have come. How fortunate we are to meet you. You are really, you have blessed us. We are so much thankful to you. They disappeared from that universe. And both of them went back to the end of that universe and they entered to some other universe. They took so much time. Yugas they spent and they entered into the third world. Third world war nahi. Third world, that war. So there also Padma king was very young, and just he had married the queen Leela. Both are sitting on the throne, and they are ruling over the kingdom very nicely. They were also astonished to meet these two celestial beings, and they worshipped them. And then after Leela, original Leela and Saraswati, they came back to the first, first floor. Here where Padma was lying. So after spending years, eras, so much time and roaming over different creations, when they come back here, Leela was bewildered. Oh mother, where am I? Who am I? What am I? What is truth? What is dream? Whether I am dreaming here or was dreaming there? What is true and what is false? I am bewildered, Mataji. Please clarify me. Saraswati explains, my dear child, everything is only dream. You are here dreaming, and there also you saw your dream objects, your dream forms. You are there also, here also, everywhere. You may be in different innumerable worlds. As you think so, you are present there. Your husband has not left your company. He is always with you. So in this way, when we contemplate over this story, let it be story, but this is, of course, imaginary story. May it be, but what about your so-called life here, working state, and all these objects you see and you take it for truth? Is it not only imaginary? Can you see all these without your mind, without your senses? Can you visualize this world? So why can you not say all these are only mental cases? Only mental case. So now you can put a question, serious question. Come on, can you put a question now? Topmost serious question on this, whatever we have explained now, whatever we have discussed till now, on this, a serious question. When I said all these, whatever we have discussed now, first we saw the truth is truth, the falsehood is falsehood. Truth cannot become false, false cannot become true, isn't it? The reality cannot be unreal, unreal cannot be real. Darkness cannot be light, light cannot be dark. So the truth is truth, always truth, and this world so-called names and forms are not real, but it hides the reality. Reality is not visible because of all these changing phenomena. So now They are completely different from each other. Truth is different and world is different. World cannot be true. Okay. All these we have discussed with logic, proper logic, examples and analysis. And now we saw the example of Leela and Padma story. That is, of course, story, mind-made stories, imaginary stories. And on that basis, I say your world is not at all there. Without mind, you cannot see this world. There is no world without your mind. In deep sleep or in meditation, there is no world. The similar is the case with witnessing state. One who is beyond all these three states, waking, dream, and so-called waking, dream, and deep sleep. There is a fourth state, witnessing state, which sees these three states directly with one vision. Three states are seen with one vision, now and here. There is no time, there is no space, there is no change. In this way, that witness state is true, all these changing three states are not true. In this way, we have now come to the conclusion. Okay. I say all these are your mental cases, mental creation, imaginations, so everything is false. Now on this, a serious question. Come on, welcome for the question. Tea time. Come on, what question you can put? No question, Mataji? Pardon?
Exactly this. But the waking state is a longer period of time when compared to this. But the reality is something that never changes. And the life that we live, the waking state is a longer period of dreams.
Longer period, so it is a dream.
So even this is false.
On this basis only we have come to the conclusion, everything, whatever you are seeing, whatever you are visualizing, whether you are waking or so-called dream or deep sleep, everything is imaginary.
And all this is ignorance.
Ignorance, yes.
All this is ignorance.
Yes.
When you're out of this ignorance,
Yes.
and you go to the Turiya state, which you have all the time, but is covered, you have the right vision.
Yes. But I gave you the conclusion in a sentence. All these are imaginations, your mind only. So on this you can have a serious question. Come on.
It's an unreal situation.
Pardon?
All along.
None,
All unreal.
non-real. That is also there. We have concluded it. Now question. You have to put the question. It is conclusion. Everything is unreal.
So, Swamiji, this is also imagination, you telling this.
Yes. Yes, imagination. So what?
Maybe you are just imagining this.
So what? What is the question?
This is the question. Why do you believe this? This is imagination. Everything is imagination. Then you are.
My dear, you are not able to catch the point, and you are putting the question but not with the clear, real words. See, if everything is mental, so you spoke on the truth. Truth also is mental. Isn't it? Who is saying it is truth? Your mind is telling you it is truth, it is falsehood. Who is telling? Can the truth say, I am not the truth? Come on. That is what I gave the example of Yajnavalkya yesterday. Jnani cannot say, I am Jnani. Did you forget? The truth is unexpressible. So, you are telling on the truth and untruth and you are discussing everything, and in the end you are telling that everything is your mental imagination only, mental creation only. So, your truth also comes within this. Is truth, is your truth not imagination? Come on, this is the question I put to you. Come on, answer me. You could not put the question. Now I am asking you, if you are agreeing the whole aspect, whatever we are discussing, whatever we are visualizing, whatever we are relating with, everything is your mental case only, imagination. So, you also speak on truth. Is it not imagination? So, what to believe, what not? What to believe and what not? Come on. This is the question. Huh? Come on, yes.
Indication. You're not speaking about truth, you are indicating towards truth.
Exactly. Whatever we are discussing, everything has no meaning at all. No words have any real meaning. Words are only symbolic, indicative, informative. They direct you, they indicate something. All our scriptures, they are not direct, they are indirect only. They give nothing to you, but you have to find out everything in it. That is your purusarth, your self-effort. You have to understand the truth by all these indirect ways. If you say, whatever you say, it is false, I agree to it. The truth also is false. It is only a word. Say Paramatma, Param Brahma, or your reality, or Kaivalya Sthiti, or Nirvana, or call it anything you like. That is only your words, but no doubt it indicates something which cannot be expressed by words, which is beyond words and beyond imagination. You see, that everything is of two opposite nature. In this world, we have everything of nature opposites to each other, pairs of opposites. When you say something, that indicates also the opposite is there. I gave the example, if you are saying, I am standing on 1,000 feet height, you are indirectly saying, I may fall down 1,000 feet. Isn't it? It is understood because this is relative world. Everything has the opposite with it. That is only can be relative. And that is there in this world. So whatever words we use, it has two meanings. One is literal word meaning, the other is indicative meaning. On this basis only we have in the Yoga Sutra, we have different kinds of mudras which shows something, which acts differently. It has different action and different meaning. And on this basis only the music and the all those alap, pratyalap and dance and badya and nitya, everything is based on this only. It indicates something. When I do like this, it indicates respect to other. Huh? But it has got no words. It is some indication. This is called a mudra. In this way, the Vedas and all these authentic scriptures, they tell us something, but that is words which have got indicative meaning, which is experiential meaning. Experience cannot be expressed, so they express it up to some exact meaningful words, somewhat, which will directly indicate the truth. Param means the highest. Highest means, is there any limit of highest? That's how the scriptures say, the greater than the greatest. Is there any particular meaning greater than the greatest? Infinite. Has there any meaning of this word? What is meant by infinite? Endless, beginningless. All these words are meaningless, yet it means something what we grasp. This is how, of course, whatever we have discussed till now, all these are meaningless, but it has, when you do analytical study, you discuss it with others or inside yourself, your mind, mentally, when you go on contemplating over it, the final consequence will end in silence, which is the reality, which cannot be described by words. So words indicate that silence. Of course, you may say, whatever we have said, it is meaningless. Yes, it is meaningless. It is only to wash your brain. Because brain means a factory of manufacturing, factory of thoughts, thought powers. And when it is washed away, bombarding, so everything is everything is gone now. No thoughts. This is, in other words, said as chitta vritti nirodha. You come to the end of all these thought waves and you enter into the absolute silence. Of course, all these are meaningless, but it indicates the meaning. Understood now? So no more such meaningless serious questions. meaningless, serious questions.
Swamiji, you say that dreaming, this dream and waking are exactly the same. It's not. Not 100%.
You see, of course, we are just discussing dream and this waking state by our experiences. But if you go to science of dream science, it is a science. Just as we have so many researches over our world, our so-called waking state, so many researches have been done by many great scholars of yore, and now the scientists, modern scientists, everything. But what happens? There is a science, very deep science of dream also. How dream occurs, where does it occur, and how, what is the result of it, what is the purpose of it, who sees the dream. All these questions are answered. And when we go to dream science, it is the outcome of past, present and future also. Time, incidents in these three periods of time. Some are created by the old impressions and some are from the just past, means present impressions, and some are future impressions which are going to occur. This may be doubtful. How it holds the future? You see, just as yesterday we were discussing, sun and moon, they are same thing. They are the form of fire. If you say moon is reflection of sun, the object, because of the object, the reflection is there. So reflection is not different from the object. So if sun is a fire bundle, then moon also will be. If you take a photo of the fire, forest fire, will it look like something dark? It will look like a fire only. Of course, it may not burn your finger. Nature will be different, form will be same. Now similarly, when we talk about the time, we have discussed already in wide angle of vision, which is seen at present is seen differently in narrow angle of vision as past, present, future. Did you get the point? Narrow angle of vision sees something as past, present and future. That means the situations, the conditions, the objects which change, which has passed and which are now at present and which are going to be there. All these little past, little future, little present we see with the narrow angle of vision. But wide angle of vision sees long future, long past, at present, as present.
You can compare Pushpa
Yes,
Planes of today.
yes, aeroplane I gave the,
Thousands of
yes, I gave the example of a passenger going in a plane. He sees 100 kilometers at present at a glance, whereas the person going in the ground, he will see only little ahead, little behind. His future and past, they are very narrow at present. They see the future. Similarly, when we talk of these dreams which will occur in the future, they are also seen in the dream. On that, if you have seen, say, a snake, white snake is biting you in the dream, you are sure to get some wealth. Night you dreamt, within 2-3 days you will get some very good, nice amount somewhere from. If you have eaten payasam in the dream, you are sure to get some wealth in future days, within some few days. So mind has that capacity when it becomes subtle. Subtle means more deep. That means which has got wide angle of vision. Mind holds the future of gross mind. Subtle mind holds the past of the gross mind. Gross mind is more incapable than the subtle mind. Subtle mind has more wide angle of vision, wide angle of power, and it can work wonderfully, which the gross mind cannot think over. So all these future, past and present are there in the mind. And how it is? That is what we were discussing in the meditation. The great yogis, they see the future, past, and at present in far off places, whatever is going on, they see it in meditation. We have some idea that meditation means there is no thoughts. That is true. That is not false. There is no there is no change of mind in meditative state. Okay? If it is completely stopped, okay, it sees everything. That is the whole trouble to accept, to understand. A steadiness can hold all the unsteadinesses. That is how in Samadhi they see different innumerable worlds in Samadhi. Vasistha saw all those, that is what he explained to Rama. So many worlds I have seen in very little period. But that period, little period here, in a narrow angle of vision, it holds innumerable kalpas in steady vision. Everything it holds.
Swamiji, what is the use? Like here we are used to limited imagination, then samadhi sounds like just unlimited imagination, but imagination.
It is unlimited imagination means steadiness. That is the point. It is steady. No vibration at all. See another example. The Steadiness of the ocean means countless waves and tsunamis or tides are there in that water, isn't it? That means, can you claim that water is meaningless because there is no waves? How can you say it has waves? It has everything. If it likes, it can become innumerable waves as well as at the same time it will be water only. Understood now? This is how you can understand samadhi and meditative state also. It is said ordinarily for a neophyte to understand there is no mind. It is waveless, it is steadiness. But at the same time, just as we have discussed now, every word has got opposite meaning also. Just now we discussed. Why did you forget it? Steadiness means ever unsteadiness. Window means door. Ground means sky. Height means lowness. Both together you have to take. Then only you will have the real meaning. They see everything in samadhi, in meditative state, and similarly this mind also, the same mind comes to the waking state, and same mind works in dream, and same mind is in deep sleep, and same mind is seen in the meditation which is waveless. in mid-summer day, it will be so calm and quiet in a lonely place. There will not be at all any movement of any wind. It will be so horribly hot, no wind. What do you say by your words? No wind. Does it mean there is no wind? No wind means wind is steady. And when a little cloud comes or something happens, then that same steady, absolutely, that steady state, what you were telling, there is no wind at all, it will be torn into a stormy moment, isn't it? No wind means wind is there. This is how we use the words. Where does this road go? Does the road go somewhere? But we use these words, meaningless words which have got some meaning. To understand everything clearly and to keep quiet, necessity is to be aware every moment and be thoughtful. Whatever you hear, whatever you see, go on analyzing it, what it is, how it is, what is the meaning of it. And the wise people, they always are watchful. That's how they see only one thing everywhere in all conditions, and they don't see all these changing phenomena. When we are always aware that changing is going on on changing surface. So when you are driving a car, can you forget the road? You are aware of it, but you are changing every moment. This is how, when we compare our so-called waking state with dream state or deep sleep state, they are one and the same. And same dream, when it is for a longer period and we experience everything, artha kriya karita, the meaningfulness of the words or our actions, for a longer period we call it waking state. And same thing for a shorter period, we call it dream. Only names are different, but when we analyze this like this, both together they are one and the same. There is no difference. That's how they say this world is a long dream. It is not said by us, the foolish donkeys, but it is said by the great investors, investigators, or research students, inventors, our ancient yogis and rishis. They spend their life for this research, and they have given us their result to us. So tomorrow we shall see further on this subject how प्रत्यात्मक सत्यता जो है ये अज्ञानी के दृष्टि से उससे स्वप्न आदि के पदार्थ में भी कह सकते हैं. We can give the name of a dream, a long dream, to this world. Many great people have said, जगत कल्पना जीव कल्पना सबही कल्पना दीर्घ सपना. Everything is imaginations only and is a long dream. So this we shall discuss tomorrow further in detail how this world is a dream. We have seen two facts. One, we saw this world is true, because without base there cannot be any hold object. Without holder there is nothing which can be held. And this is how the world is one with the truth. It is not different from the truth. And world is not there, truth alone exists. That we saw. And world is on truth. Why? Because world is something else other than the truth. Truth cannot be false. False cannot be truth. From other angle, world is not there and truth exists. So, if truth exists, world is false. From one angle, world is truth, because without truth it cannot exist. Just as my hand and me are one and the same. And from other angle, when I eat, means hand takes the food. And hand eats means the mouth eats. Mouth eats means the tongue eats. Meaning goes on changing. Pardon?
Paper example. Paper. On paper you draw a circle.
Yes. Yes. This circle has everything within it. Everything. How many centers? And one center, how many circles? So vice versa, you have to take together. In this way, we have seen this world is only truth. There is no untruth. And world is only untruth. There is no truth because truth is never seen. It cannot be seen. And now we are going to the third state. It is a dream, neither truth nor. This is how it is a confusion, illusion. If you think on it, there is no conclusion. If you stop thinking, there is something which is taken as the conclusion, which cannot be described. So they say the reminence is the truth. The avashesh is satya hai. Reminence is the truth, and in the end remains only the silence. Mind cannot work, and no thoughts, no action, no reaction. So everywhere only absolute silence reigns over everywhere. So that is called reminence. Tomorrow we shall see how the world is a dream, long dream. Hari Om. Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevamashishate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. सद्गुरु भगवान की जय, सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय, शब्द ब्रह्म की जय, सरस्वती महारानी की जय, जोग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय।